A greenhouse is a great addition to your garden. Plan to set one up before the cool season begins so that you can grow all year long. In today's episode, we will look at a portable greenhouse that's easy to set up and doesn't cost much. So, as some of you might already know, I had this small greenhouse that I had set up and I was using it for my seed germination and to grow a few plants. But it was getting older, and you can see that the zipper that was closing the front door was broken, and the plastic as well around the edges. Now the only option I had was to get rid of this and then get a new one. So I first started clearing up what was there inside my current greenhouse, the small one, and made sure that they all are secure before they were transferred into the new greenhouse. For the new greenhouse, I opted for a slightly larger size, and soon I was able to clean up my older greenhouse. And then once you remove all the items, it is a good idea to just clean the area around the greenhouse. And then with the new greenhouse, the OGrow greenhouse that I was planning to build, it's a easy to assemble greenhouse, not really difficult. And it's quite cheap for what it offers you. And here is how the greenhouse looks like. They have clear instructions on how to assemble the greenhouse. And it took me maybe about a couple of hours to assemble it completely. So it wasn't really that difficult. You don't need to be like a super handyman to assemble this greenhouse. It's quite easy to assemble. And some of you have asked me a question in my previous greenhouse building video, whether a greenhouse is really needed for places like Southern California, for example, where the winters are mild. And the answer is yes, you do need greenhouses even in places like Southern California, because you will be germinating a lot of seeds in the greenhouse, especially your winter vegetables, for example, cauliflower, broccoli, and cabbage, and all the other veggies. The greenhouse is a nice place to germinate those seeds, because they will have the optimum temperature to sustain the germination of these seeds. As you can see here, we have laid out the base of this greenhouse. It's quite a wide greenhouse, and it's also a walk-in greenhouse. So compared to my previous greenhouse that you saw, this is substantially larger and has a lot more parts that need to be assembled. And as you can see here, this is our completed greenhouse skeleton. We still haven't put the covers yet, and this is how it looks like after the plastic covers have been put on. The plastic covers are of fairly high quality for the price that you pay for this greenhouse, and it's a walk-in greenhouse. It's tall, so it can accommodate a lot of plants. And this is the flap or the door for the greenhouse. And as you can see here, I've now placed all the plants back into the greenhouse. We have a lot of seeds that are germinating. We have some tropical plants. And if you look at how high this greenhouse is, I'm walking into the greenhouse right now. And for all tropical plants, for seeds that are germinating, like these curry leaf seeds and some of the winter veggies that I had put in the greenhouse, it's an indispensable part of every gardener. A greenhouse is a must, especially if you're in colder areas or even in warmer areas where you need to grow plants during winter. A greenhouse really does help a lot. So as you can see here, the tiers, there are about 3 tiers or 3 shelves that you can use in this greenhouse, and in between the tiers there's a lot of space where you can keep containers. As you can see here, the curry leaf plant that's growing there, and there's quite a lot of room on the top, so the plants will get an opportunity to grow in this greenhouse. So all in all, this OGrow greenhouse is a great addition to your garden, and I highly recommend this greenhouse, especially for the price. You can see a link in the video description to buy this greenhouse, and I'm sure that you're going to enjoy it for years to come. The greenhouse also has the side flap or the side window, so that you can keep the main door closed and then just open and roll up the flap when the sun comes out. And this is very important on sunny days. You do not want your greenhouse to get heated up, so this vent helps a lot in regulating the temperature of your greenhouse. So there we have it, folks. That was our episode on the OGrow walk-in greenhouse, a great addition to your garden. Let me know in the comments below whether you use a greenhouse in your garden, or are you planning to build one or get one. I'll see you again soon. Happy gardening.